Get started. Welcome to the 5th Phala Chamber. I'm today's host, Jojo, and I'm a fanatic of Phala. And FYI, fanatic is the nickname for our marketing team members. I'm responsible for the marketing and operation of the Phala global community. So if this is your first time here, let me give you a little background on Phala Chamber. It is a live broadcast of Phala community meeting. It's a moment of direct communication between the team and the community. It'll synchronize the latest progress of Phala for the community by answering the questions that our people care the most. There will be 1 to 3 community calls each month, either via video or audio on Phala Discord channel. Every live broadcast will have a replay video on Phala YouTube channel. A little update is we're going to also post our weekly event on Eventbrite, so you will receive a reminder after registering. So today we're going to talk about another milestone of Phala, the Phala world. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already read our articles and tweets and are super excited about this. We're also going to have to cover some other updates on the Phala network in general during this call. I'm very happy to have Marvin and Dr. Shelvin Joe and then In Hong with me today. We'll start with the latest update and end with a Q&A session. So, hi Marvin, how are you? I think he's having some network problem. We'll wait for him for a little bit. Okay, so if you can hear me clearly, please go to the community chat channel and let me know. If you can't, let me know as well. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, let's wait for a little bit. Oh, I think Dr. Shelvin is here. Hi, Dr. Shelvin Joe, how are you? Okay, sorry guys, we're having some network problems, so we're gonna fix it in 5 minutes. Please wait for a little bit. Sorry about that. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I think they're still having some network trouble. Um, but I'll give you guys an update on what happened last week in the community. So the Phala and Polkadot Encode Club Hackathon has finished successfully. We actually acknowledged 20 submissions and 17 passed the team's initial screening. Um, and the team will reveal all 17 submissions thoroughly in 2 to 3 weeks, and will announce the rewards afterward. And I think Dr. Shelvin will talk about this later in the meeting. We will give some support to the projects during the hackathon as well. And also, on October 29th, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard, Phala and Big Country announced an in-depth partnership around Metaverse. So Phala's endorsement, along with our generation cloud service to the web and beyond, as well as computing power bar none, will help sustain and protect the vision of Big Country and Metaverse Network of a decentralized, user-friendly, immersive metaverse experience.
Cool. So can everybody hear me now?
Oh, nice. Marvin is here.
Finally, for God's sake. So yeah, hi everyone. Sorry about equipment problem. I'm here. Very glad that you guys come here, and I can see that many of you, got a little bit like FOMO in the situation where Polkadot auction begins. So to be transparency to everybody, I'm writing something down in our forum to uh, to make sure that I can pass my ideas about how and when to join Polkadot auction as a proposal for the community to have a discussion on. But eventually, the decision will be proposed like on Kala governors, and everybody got a vote on it to make the final decision. But before that, I'm a very I think we should have a very open discussion about all ideas around it. And in the QA session, I'm also be willing to give you guys the ideas what I'm thinking about. So generally speaking, I think for Polkadot auction, now the top five parachains are quite formal on the game. For example, Clover Network, they are giving nearly $10 million worth of token just for Binance warm up period, which is just for days, and the whole budget for the Polkadot auction. Generally speaking, it's between like 10% to 30% of the total supply, which I think because the first batch of Polkadot slot auction with the second batch will only be 30 days gap. So I prefer that we can wait these 30 days and we can looking for a better strategy to save the budget in treasury. So that's the very general ideas around it. And yeah, this is the first topic I want to share. The second topic is about the I don't know if you guys already read about the Phala network going to metaverse article, and we are also very happy to invite Dr. Chauvin and Hung in this meeting so that they can explain well about what is exactly Fed contract to you guys. But what's the best practice for Phala? What's the best practice for Fed contract? In my idea, I think in blockchain scenario or crypto business, there are not so many use cases which, I mean, not so many. It's just it's the best practice for Phala type of supply or fundamental service would be like low latency and higher computation requirement, and we can use the combined with AR protocol, which is Upwell protocol, which is a decentralized data storage protocol together to make sure that all the data storage and the computation based on the data are decentralized. So that's the whole idea behind it. And the best use practice for this, as our research on our web, we found out that NFT data storage and the game servers in Metaverse will be extremely like bigger market for Phala, and there definitely a strong requirement from the market side at the moment, because no one want to put 90% of your time in a centralized metaverse. For example, the Facebook version. I mean, look at my avatar. Okay, I always against this type of things. So I think it's very scary me if I have to put 90% of my time and all my life data on Facebook servers. So in this perspective, I think the metaverse will not be built on top of centralized cloud fundamental infrastructures. And if they do, it's not a metaverse. It's just a centralized game platform. And I share this idea with like many colleagues, like or influencer like Bruno or Ray Lu from a big country. They all agree with the idea that we need to build together for open metaverse, not a controlled by some company. So from the very fundamental infrastructure, what is exactly need in metaverse at the moment? For now, like decentralized sandbox and big country, most of the metaverse platforms are built on top of centralized clouds such as AWS or GCP. That is something bad. And the only part of Web3 in the current metaverse is the NFTs. So the games, the online players' data, and the competitions, the game engine program, the rendering, all of these computation or programs are running centralizedly. So our idea is that because we have the best fit in technical features to fill the gap, of what exactly Web3 needs. So that's why we're here, and that's why we propose the article as a medium. Yeah, so to go further, we have two very cool ideas to be shared. The first one is that we can actually build everything on Phala network, the blockchain, in as a game. I mean, I'm not crazy here. Just imagine. It's like we rewrote the white paper for Phala work in a scientific fiction version, and so everyone in Phala community can have a character, have a role, have a story to grow as experience in the game. And this game we called it Phala World. And Phala World, it will be deployment on big country and our market. That's the first news to you guys. The second one is that we are also have a very huge progress in putting the rendering program inside the computation nodes, and we will announce this once everything is done. But we are also planning to get into the NFT scenario to give the services, Web3 services, to all NFT artists, game owners, and projects, so that we can be more confident that we call it a metaverse, not a game, a centralized game. So yes, that's all I want to share today, and we can have further discussion on QA session. Thank you, Eric.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry for my network connection problem, and I will give a brief recap of our hackathon. And just as introduced as by Jojo, we have received about 20 submissions in all, and I like to highlight the 4 advanced challenge submission here, and I think they all do very good job. And for example, the 4 advanced submission, I think they have make a very good use of our contract abilities, and Marvin has just talked about the FATS contract, and actually in our hackathon we have presented the prototype of it. Maybe not the final version, because for now our contract, you can call it, it's a native contract, which you need to change the source code of our period time and recompile it and then deploy it. And in the near future, we will support the WASM contract, so you don't need to change the source code of period time, and you just compile your own code to the WASM, and you can deploy it through the UI and to any workers and run your code freely. But I think our hackathon participants has really do a good job. For example, one of them, the Lawrence, I don't know whether Lawrence is here now. Maybe he is still on his vacation. And Lawrence has implemented decentralized password managers using our smart contract, and I think the highlights of it is that first, it's totally running the trusted hardware, so you don't need to worry about the security and the confidentiality of your password. And another thing is that since our contract can send and process HTTP requests, I think this is a very unique feature compared to the other smart contract, for example, the Ethereum contract. So the Lawrence has also implemented an Chrome extension, although he has not published it in the Chrome market. It's still under reviewing, and you can use the extension to interact with his smart contracts and save and use your password in a very convenient way. I think he is really do a good job. And another example is from Saigio. I think he's here. Hello. And he has implemented a dark pool decentralized exchange, and we have a lot of great interaction in our Discord channel, and I think many developers should see it. And I think such process is very good. Since we do need to learn all the requirements from our developers for what features you need to implement your contract, and if you can provide to us, we can improve our smart contract model accordingly, I think, and to make it a better model, and maybe it can support more real-world applications. And the third submission is an auction bot for the Remark NFT goes and from Hush Warlock. Hush Warlock is a very active developer in our community, and the Remark platform, the Remark is the, I think it's the substrate NFT platforms, and many artists they can publish their work on it. So, and what House Warlock has implemented is an auction bot, and it can bid for you, and you don't need to stay in front of your computer all night and to do the bidding, and the bot can do the bidding for you. And also he has utilized our HTTP request ability to send the bidding results to your Telegram bot, so you can know the results. And the last submission is from Korean developers, and he's really do a good job and good demonstration by implementing a confidential markdown editor. And I haven't used it, but from his screenshots, I can see you can just use his service to write your secret documents in your markdown editors. And I think this is all these submissions has take very good usage of our special features of our smart contract. And also, maybe I will talk this later about the more features about the FAT contract we will publish in the future. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Sheldon Zhou. Actually, one question there for the hackathon. So after we received all the projects, how are the team going to evaluate and then distribute the rewards?
Yes. I think first, it's really hard to strictly determine which is the win the first prize. And I think first we will consider the completeness of their proposal. For example, although Hashwarlock has done a very good job about the auction bots, but actually he hasn't finished all his plan, because he was planned to implement an auction platforms in it. So for now, I think it's not a complete one, but in contrast, for example, the work from Lawrence, I think it has been finished and is complete, because it has both the back end, our contract, and it has the front end to the show, and also he has implemented a Chrome extension. And I think this is a very good, and maybe we can just improve it and really provide it and as an application to all our users. So I think he is doing a very good job. And for the rest, I'm thinking about we will review the code, and also we will see we will evaluate whether we can interact with the contracts through the front end in an easy way. And I think this is our benchmark to evaluate who will win the first prize in the future.
Okay, perfect. I think the next part, we were going to have Han talking about the network issue, the issue 550 and 500, but I think he's stuck in another meeting. So we will move on to the Q&A session first, and then when he comes in, he can give us an update. So the first question I have from the community that's frequently asked is, so what is Phala World exactly? Can you give us a very simple, straightforward explanation, Marvin?
Yeah, would love to. For example, as I mentioned, we are trying to visualize all Phala on-chain activities as a game. For example, if you are a contributor to a Phala community before, you will be a paradigm in the game, and the more times you contributed in the community as marked, we will send some remark on chain so that you will update it in the metaverse game. So your character will be more powerful. And for example, if you're a miner to follow mining, you could be a droid in the game. It means that you can make calls to a to a code for a multi like machines or robots fighting for you, and the more machines you actually is linked with your address on Phala network, the more powerful your game character is. So it's like scientific fiction version of Phala white paper, and everything on chain will have a mirror side in the game. So we will gameize the Phala network. So that is that is a very cool and roughly idea. Actually, before we announced the Phala world concept, I already have this idea, and I have discussion with many good friends in the game and metaverse scenario, and they all think that this is the first time that these things can play as this way. So I truly believe that we want to secretly make some movements on the table, and then we come out with this idea. So I won't leak more details now.
Okay, that's super exciting. And I think another question a lot of the people ask, and I think I can give an answer to this, is they would love to become a moderator or ambassador and getting more involved with the Phala community. So Someone asked, like, however, I'm not very technical. Is there a training program that Phala provides for someone like me, the person that asked the question? So I can give you guys a brief update on this. So Phala is a really open community. We welcome everyone, everyone with different skill sets, whether you're technical or you're really good at communicating or you're really good at hosting events. We welcome everyone. And then we're currently developing a training program that when you come into Phala, if you're interested in becoming a moderator or ambassador, we will have a training program for you that goes through everything you need to know about Phala. Either we have reading material, something like Phala 101 that will guide you through everything in Phala. And also, we will have some of the community managers that are good at technical questions. They can also host some mini lectures that can teach you guys the technical side of Phala. So, and then when you become an ambassador, you have the opportunity to host events in your area, and then just either online or offline, make Phala more present in your local community. And a lot of people might think this will cost a fortune, but Phala has a lot of incentive programs that can sponsor or support your activities. If it's a good idea, you can let us know. We can always give you some support. And once you're an ambassador, after a couple of months, you have an opportunity to become a senior ambassador. So you will get more rewards from us, and then also you can have more chances in the Phala communities. So that is my update on the ambassador and moderator training program. If you're interested in joining us, you can always either talk to me or Lucia, or just send us an email. Talk in the ambassador application group. We're always here to help.
Yes,
Okay.
Tom is here, and shall we invite him to talk about the issue 500 and 550?
Yeah, for sure. So, Tom is here. One second.
Hello?
Yes,
Hi.
we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Right. I was speaking a long time without joining the radio. Okay, so let's talk about the long-lasting problem. So for the issue 500 and 550, it was a very long problem. I think we have opened that issue for more than 1 month, so I would apologize for that. And the last time we mentioned that in the community call was I think by that time we already have a list published in the under the issue, and the list I think around 100 workers and pools are affected by the issue, and if you suspect you are also affected by the problem, you can search your pool ID PID or your worker public key in the list and to check if the amount is correct. And the problem was supposed to be fixed by the end of last week, but it turned out in the last week we got another very emerging, very urgent thing which is the upgrade of substrate V0.9.12, and we only got like 24 hours to do the upgrade, and even after the upgrade, there are a lot of new issues popped up. So it turned out we have spent almost 1 week to just deal with the Kusama upgrade, because we have to follow the Kusama upgrade. And unlike other blockchains, we have a more complex structure, network structure. We rely not only the node, but also all the miners ultimately relies on Kusama node. So everyone was affected. So yeah, it takes a long time. So just today we got the response from Parity. They have located the issue, but how long it can be fixed is still not clear. But at least we got some experience dealing with that. So that's so far for the emergent upgrade. And I think now we are already free from that. So now the team is back to working on the issue 500 fix. There's no much we can do. Sorry, I mean there's no much you can do if you are affected by the issue. Just wait. So in the last runtime upgrade, we have added a function to fix this data, but the function itself is not sufficient. We still need to figure out the actual amount to fix the data. So we need to figure out the data first and call the function to apply the fix. So now we already got a list as shown in the issue 500. But since we are working on that, we also found another related issue, which is issue 550, and that make the thing more complicated. But anyway, we are very close to get a plan to figure out the final data to fix. So I think really I don't want to make a commitment like we're going to fix that by the end of this weekend, but things are happening very quickly. So I hope we can finish that within this week, but there's no concrete deadline for that. So yeah, just to summarize, things are popping up, and there are a lot of big problems in the past. It was a tough week for the entire community, but we are still working on that, and we're going to give the update as soon as we make any progress. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you, Han. The team is trying really hard to fix all the bugs, and but a lot of problems are very hard, and it takes a lot of time. So we hope everyone stay patient. We'll figure it out as soon as possible. So we're not going to take everyone's time that much. So I'm going to open the floor to questions. If you have any questions, now is the Q&A time. You can request to speak. Just push the little hand button on the bottom, and then you can speak. If you're unable to talk, you can also write down your question in the community call chat channel. Come on, throw us some questions.
Anyone? Any question would be fine.
I think we have 2 people in line.
Hey, can everyone hear me clearly?
Not very clearly.
Okay, one moment.
Hello?
Hi, how about now? Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I switched off my Bluetooth speakers. Yeah, just curious. I'm really excited about the metaverse and learning more about gaming, GameFi on crypto especially. Just curious to hear, like in terms of what Marvin was talking about, like having NFTs integrated on Remark user profiles. When would be the timeline for us to actually start seeing some game activity that we can sign up to, create accounts, and interact in the game world? Very excited about that. Thanks.
Okay, I will take that part. Like I mentioned, I want to keep some secrets here, but yeah, for sure. I think the most important thing for this kind of stuff is it's interesting and it's exciting, right? And I think our plan is that by the time BitCountry open their metaverse beta version to allow some certain group to get in to build or play around. I think by then it's the time that we will invite a bunch of Phala fellows to get in and play around. And of course, NFT identity and characters um, will we are already be designing the IP at the moment, and something will happen week by week, and everybody in Phala community will notice that, and just still stay in tune so that you can get information when it happens. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
I would like to understand what needs to happen for Phala to be ready to be listed on the Polkadot auctions. Could you explain?
Okay, I will take that part too. So as I mentioned before, I'm gonna write all my ideas or strategic plans in our forum so that everybody can check it and then make discussion, leave comments. The roughly idea is that for the top 5 slots, I think it will be overpaid and allowed. I think at least you need to give like 15% of total supply, which means 100 and which means it's almost 150 million Phala tokens. And of course, in extremely situation, we can do that. But I mean, we are we are already proved ourselves and the development very stably on our Kusama version, which is Kala network. I see almost no necessary to get into the formal at the game. And another reason is actually the first batch of top 5 slots is the second batch, the 6 to 10 slots. The gap is only 30 days. So I think we can wait 30 days to see what's the real, for example, ratio to lock up dots for a slot in the first 5 batch. So something like this, we need to, we can wait for 30 days on that. And of course, going for the top 5 is a very good brandy or very beneficial to the market, market promotion. But you have to win to make sure the promotion can stay in. And if you joined the first auction and failed, then I prefer not to. So my idea is that we can wait, but I'm not going to make the decision by my alone. I'm going to put everything down, whatever the strategy to join in and everything in the forum to let everyone have a discussion with. I hope that can answer you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
Thank you.
BKSM next.
Okay, so my question is more related to, do you hear me well?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so my question is more related to mining and the recent emergency update. So since then, I have experienced a huge degrade in ferry sync speed, like tops 1 or 2 blocks per second. I'm not alone. I saw in chat that at least one other user is experiencing the same. I don't know. Is this something that is somewhat a known issue? Just to know, because I saw there was a low traffic for questions, so I figured I could ask this.
I think Han can answer this question. It's on the mining side.
Han, can you hear? Can you hear it?
Yes, yes. I was a bit lost. Could you like repeat the question?
Of course. So since the last upgrade, the emergency upgrade, Ferry has been extremely slow syncing the blocks. Like maybe 1 or 2 blocks per second at most. It's best. So I was asking if it's something that is now, let's say, a known issue, something to be expected because of the status of the chain. I don't know.
Yeah. I think if you think from the very early block, it should have a speed of around 100 block per second. This is the normal speed. If you say significantly slower, for example, just 1 to 10 blocks per second, it is definitely a problem. But for a few blocks in the recent days, we have seen some very, very huge block, like a block with 20 megabytes of data. So for this kind of block, it could be slow, but it shouldn't be always slow at like that. It's just some very, very rare case. On the other hand, I'm not sure if you are using the solo mining script. If so, there is a in the Docker composer file, there are some arguments we have added to the node to increase the cache, the size of the cache. And if you run it directly without adding these flags, then it could be very, very slow. So you can double check if these flags are applied to your node. But beyond that, we haven't heard about any big issue like thinking that slow.
Okay, thank you. I will double check.
Yeah. And just if like you find anything anything problem sorry anything very strange, you can just submit a issue to GitHub so we can take a closer look, or you can mention me in the Telegram or Discord chat.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions?
Cool. I think we can leave it there. So
Okay, great. All right, thank you guys for participating, and see you at the next Phala Chamber talk. Bye, guys. Have a good one. Thank you,
Thank you,
Marvin.
everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you
Bye-bye.
next time, guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye.